Right, this next match review comes to us from Ambrosia, who is usually a twins main, coming at us with all the singulars. All the singulars, you put your hands up. Playing on Bad and Preschool, and it's two. Usually Bad Preschool's typically one of the most survivor side maps in the game, but 1 and 2 are especially bad. 2 being that you were on being bad because of the very high pallet count, and all of it really kind of chains into Shack, which is very, very gross. Very, very gross. All the singulars stuck in my head. I love that jingle. All the singulars. All the singulars. You missed mine? No, yours is up after this one. You're the next one. You don't have to be here for your match review. I will put it on the YouTube if you're not here, and even if you miss it, you can check the VOD if you want it sooner than that. So, yeah. Let's go take a look at your add-ons and your perks, because there's a lot going against you at the moment. Okay, so Summon Family Portrait, Facebook Glove. That's fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, your add-ons are great. No, nothing to write a home about there. Rapid, bam. Yeah, this is fine. Build's fine. Very well balanced. 2 chase perks, 2 slow down. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Really perfect. Good job. Easiest beginning of a match review ever. Just yes and yes. Have fun. Oh, this little Chad key. 1080. Very snappy start. There you go. There you go. Get your rapid right away. Now you can teleport onto her. Very strong start. You should teleport into her there. Right, well, she messes up. But you should have teleported her there. Very good. You are killing it. This is a very, very good start. Awareness of somebody on that gen, gooping them with the... Pick her up, pick her up, pick her up, pick her up. Yeah, pick her up before that syringe takes place. Yeah, she just wasted that syringe. Good call on that. Good call to pick up there. I could have been very bad. Should have waited for the vault? Well, typically yes, but you have BAM. So you would have teleported her, entered overclock mode, and overclock into BAM. You're gonna shoot over that window. So it would have been fine. Same thing. I play Windows similarly when I'm using Xenomorph and I have self-destruct bolt and BAM. Like, yes, usually I would not go for that and just try to go for a window shot, but like with those two combined, I am a fast window vaulter. So you have a similar situation. I think one thing with this is like, I always do that with Larry where I'll like vault over a pallet through the gumball thing and it'll slow me down, and I'll do that like too much and end up wasting too much time. I'm not saying you're doing that, I'm just saying that's like, that's the thing I personally do wrong with Larry that I need to improve on, is wanting to slipstream is the word. Slipstream over the pallet and break it too much. I know there's add-ons for that to make that better too, but even then I do it too much. I mean, honestly, you're doing fantastic so far. I'm just gonna see how this goes poorly. Ah, that sucks. I hate that that's way too far away. You're very good with these. You're very good with these snappy slipstreams. You love to see it. You were like on that. So many people send me in. I mean, this is in a positive way. Like I see so many people send me solid the singulars hooks. They send me hooks match reviews, and they don't do this. They're not snapping it and putting up snappy gumballs to slipstream people right away, and that's like something that's not optional on this character. Especially since you're doing it on console too. Like, I just want to take this and show it to every person who's ever sent me a match review of Singularity on console and be like, what's your excuse? I see you not going for these. I know it's hard on console. Look at this match. Look at this match and tell me you can't do it, because it's possible. Ambrosia's doing it right this moment. Why she doesn't drop that there? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, never mind, your Singularity, that's right. I was like, oh no! And then she threw the pallet, and now she just wasted a really good pallet for no reason, so. I mean, you didn't get the hit, but you got a really good pallet because Nancy doesn't understand how this character works. You just like go easy in the middle of the match and let them have too much. Is that where this goes wrong? But they just have really good builds. Obviously right now, since you know that like half the gens on the map have, not half the gens on the map, but at least 2 gens on the map have over 50% progress, I would start thinking about tunneling Nancy the moment she gets off hook. Because realistically, you're at 2 gens. Well, actually, you know, 2 gens that are 50% and that gen you just passed is like 20. So like, realistically, you're headed towards 1 gen, so I would get Nancy dead here. That, I think, is one of the biggest and hardest things for killers to learn, and it's what contributes, I wouldn't say the most, but it was one of the biggest reasons I see killers lose matches, is because people don't realize when they're realistically at 2 gens or 1 gens. They just look at this number down here and they see the number 4, so they just assume they're at 4 gens. Well, realistically, through passing multiple gens and having good macro sense, you understand that that number is about to change very, very quickly. Like in the next 15 seconds or less, this number is going to become a 2, and that's when you really need to start applying the pressure. A lot of people give me a lot of crap for like, bro, why did you tunnel at 4 gens? Bro, why did you tunnel at 3 gens? I really wasn't at 3 or 4 gens. I passed a gen earlier in this match that had 80-90% progress on it. So realistically, no, I was not at 3 or 4 gens. So yeah, that's why I did that. Especially when we have perks like Pop or Pain Res or Surge, which are based off getting the down. Yeah, it's important to realize at a certain point in the match when the survivors have a lot of pressure on you in a macro sense. And I think that's where a lot of killers slip up. No pun intended, because the slipstream things. No pun intended. This time, I promise. But I think that's where a lot of killers slip up. Yeah, you need to kill her. Luckily you know that. Unfortunately, so does Arena. Arena also knows that, unfortunately. Yeah, you need to kill her like now. The good thing is you understand that. Light is unfortunate. I would not get distracted by him. I would stay on her. Luckily you're, Larry, so I'll... Oh, okay, you hit it. Good, good. I'll like, oof! Meg trying. Oh, syringe, really? Blech. That's cringe. Yeah, get her dead. You were doing the exact... You're not... I'm gonna say this, you're not really... I'm not saying this to gas you up. That was like a minor mistake, but that's still fine because you're going overclock. You're not really making mistakes. Like, you're really playing this very efficiently. Like, you're making all the decisions you need to make. I know the scratch work's a little confusing there. Don't chase her. Keep on Nancy. You need to slug in and get Nancy here. That's the only mistake you've made so far. This is a very, very close match, and it's not really because you're playing poorly. You're just on one of the hardest survivor maps in the game against a team that is either in coordination or just are good individual players. I think especially with the double, with the matching names, at least those two, that they are together probably. There could be more. Good idea. Good job to not take this chase and main building at 2 gens. You need to find Nancy and kill her. That's the only mistake you've made so far. Like, straight up. It's like, Nancy needed to be dead. But she gets away here. You should be able to, like, apply a lot of pressure here though, because you find her, thankfully. You should be able to... Very good. Waiting for her to pass that. That pallet is very weak. I just would have mind gamed it. They can't do much there. Yeah, that pallet is one of the weakest pallets in the game. I would just mind gamed it instead of flying through it. Luckily, Meg is now Death Hook, so you would have a second Death Hook person to go chase. I mean, that's like splitting hairs. Like, you're doing really well. Especially as a console Larry, like... Good job! All the console Larrys. All the console Larrys. Time to put your hands up and stop bitching about your controller. Because when it's possible, it's possible. Don't know why that paladin exists. I don't know either. It's like a death trap. It's like they want you to go there, just you can die. Console pyramid? That's also hard. I'd say any character with any sort of range is like projectile killers, rush killers. Those characters are hard on controller. She does have a wand, so even if you slipstream her, she's gonna just get rid of it. The good thing is you can get out of the way fairly quickly at least. Yeah, stay on her. Stay on her ass. There you go. Play on my Game Boy. What do you play? Pokemon Yellow? Gold, Silver? What else is going on? That's most of what I use my Game Boy for. Just Pokemon games. Silver? There you go. Nice. You waited to be inside the building. She's paying attention. She just played that, right? That was, so yep, this is what I'm talking about. Batum 2, there's so many pallets, and most of them are safe, and all of them lead to Shack. Like, this is criminal. I think you're just messing up more mechanically, just because you're under a lot of pressure. And she probably has... How do you imagine? Spyro? Oh, those old Spyro games on the Game Boy? I remember those.
Genetic matter security.
Is it the 2D one, or is it like the one where he's on the 3D plane? I remember those. 3D? Yeah. I remember those. Been a while, though. Hey, here. It's good to see you, friend. Clearly your first 4.5 hours of stream. You did it. Hopefully your day is treating you well.
You know.
Ahead of its time? Yeah, I mean, like, to have those graphics on Game Boy is kind of impressive, to be honest. I mean, they can't really... You can't really do anything. You can get a hit, maybe, but... What you can do... That is disgusting. Triple syringe? See, that's like... You guys were talking about, like, last match, like, look! Syringe, syringe! It's like, syringe didn't really come into play. The syringe did not have any, like, game-changing effect on that match. This game did. The syringes, well, she wasted hers. The Meg wasted hers, but, like, the syringes actually had game-changing plays this match. Honestly, I'm not saying this to toot your horn. Besides the one thing that we will get to in terms of your main takeaways, I think you were just a really good Singularity against a really good team that was coordinated. I don't think there was a lot you could have done better, besides just have better RNG and get a better map. You were on one of the strongest survivor maps in the game, if not outright the strongest survivor map in the game. I think Batum 1's better, but like playing a character that's fairly strong, but takes a lot to get good at, and you played them fairly well, had a very good build, the right add-ons. They had good builds, very, very overpowered add-ons. I think it was just like, I don't know, you guys went toe-to-toe. And the right outcome happened, that if like you're fairly good at your character and you're trying really hard and they're fairly good at Survivor and they have really good perks and items, yeah, you know, you meet halfway, which was a 2K. Great. I think the only thing that you could have done better is that Meg not Meg, Nancy was Death Hook, and you were doing the right thing by going after her and killing her, but you lost track of her. Now, that did set you up for the 2K later by having Meg be Death Hook, but you could have done that anyway. That's really the only thing, is like you did the right thing by knowing you needed to get Nancy out of the game, and then you just kind of got distracted a little bit. And even then, that was only like 30 seconds of lost time. That still matters because match time is gen time. But like you literally only played about like 30 seconds of inefficient gameplay in this entire 10-minute game, which is really hard to do. I know you probably wish I had more to say, but like I don't know, you played a really good game of Dead by Daylight. You played a really good game of Larry, and you made it work. You just made a very, very minor mistake in terms of like order of operation of who to chase when. That could have potentially got you to 3K, but I with confidence could probably say it was probably only going to be 3K. That's the beauty of Dead by Daylight. It does sometimes just boil down to RNG, or the fact that, hey, we just have 3 syringes, so good luck, you know. Maybe if you had run a third slowdown here, like you didn't particularly get a lot of BAM value if you had like pop there, maybe you would have got the 4K, but especially with only 2 slowdown against a team that good with that many items on the strongest survivor map in the game, I would be proud of that. You played really well.